Hi guys, today we're going to be testing out the newest palette from Nomad Cosmetics, and if you are subscribed to a lot of YouTubers who do indie makeup reviews, I'm sure like 5 of us are going to have a video up this day. So there's going to be plenty of information on this palette, I'm sure plenty of looks. I'm going to show you 3 looks, and I'm really excited because I feel like this color story is really fun. Now, if you're not someone who likes green eyeshadow, then this palette is not for you because it's very green, but personally, I love green eyeshadows and I think this color story is really fun. So I'm excited to show you some looks with this. Just some information before we start. This is going to be launching on Tuesday the 12th at 12:01 a.m. EST. I'm going to have all of the information down below in my description box, as well as a link to the website. I also do have an affiliated code with the brand as just Annette, and it will save you some money if you are interested in picking up anything from Nomad. But I think we should just go ahead and get into this because I want to play. I don't have the most time in the morning today, so I'm gonna do something pretty simple. And I feel like all of the looks I've done with this palette have been fairly simple. It's just kind of what I'm feeling lately, you know, when you just kind of get into not a slump, but you just don't want to spend like, 45 minutes on your eye makeup, which to be fair, I never do, but I've just been in I just want to kind of do something simple and pretty face, and that's okay. We don't always have to be crazy and think out of the box and, do the most every day, and that's okay. So since I feel like the 2 first looks that I did with this palette turned out kind of similar, which was totally my own fault, no fault of the palette. I just didn't realize like quite how green this palette really was. So some of the shades end up looking a little bit similar on the eyes. So for that reason, I want to play with sort of like this corner down here because I don't want this to just end up being similar to the other looks I've done. Now I also haven't used this shade. So I'm thinking I'll do something a little bit different today and do sort of a halo eye, which is not something I really ever do. So I think I'm just gonna mostly focus on these 2 shades. I might do like green under my eye or something like that just to break up the color a little bit, but let's start with that. Oh, I think I even forgot to say the name of this palette, but this is the Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette. So I'm gonna take the shade called Bunratty Castle, which is the shade like I was saying before. I'm gonna take that on a very small brush. This is one of my favorite brushes, honestly. It's from BK Beauty and it's the A504 brush. This was a collaboration with Angie, I think, from Hot and Flashy. I think they have this brush though available as like a single brush as well, and I'm tempted to pick up more because it's just such a perfect size brush. And it's so soft. So I'm gonna do this in the inner and outer corner of my eye, and we'll see if I end up connecting it in the middle. I don't think I want to do that. I think I just want this to be like an open halo eye. And like I was saying earlier, I don't really do halo eyes that often. I used to feel like they didn't really suit my hooded eyes, but ever since I started using lashes, I feel like I can get away with like different shapes and not have my eye shape get in the way, if you want to call it that. I don't know. So we're gonna see how it goes. I do feel like I'm gonna like this look, and it's gonna be pretty like neutral-ish, if you want to call it that. But the shimmers in this palette, can I just say that these are the best shimmers that I've ever tried from Nomad. I'm so impressed, and I think that they're all just so beautiful. I don't think any of them are duochromes, maybe a couple, but they're just really pretty. Metallic, shiny, like pretty opaque, not like fully opaque. Some of them are more opaque than others, but they have a lot of pigment to them. They're just beautiful. They're super shiny, sparkly. They wear really well. If you're someone who's maybe like sick of all the multichromes out there and you just want something that's like easy to use, I think you're really gonna like these because I've had a great time using them so far. And the shade is also just going on really nicely. I would say the matte formula is the same as all of the other Nomad palettes that I've tried. So if you have experience with Nomad in the past, you know exactly how their mattes perform. So I think we're gonna start with this and see how the shimmer ends up on the lid. I'm probably gonna pull the shimmer up quite far, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. So let's see. I'm actually not going to use any glitter primer with this because I want the blend on both sides to be really nice and smooth. And I feel like with the glitter primer sometimes, if I'm trying to do that, it like really sticks, which is like the whole point of using a glitter primer. But for doing a halo eye, I'm actually going to not do that. So I'm going to take the shade Ring of Kerry, which is this beautiful gold shade. These shimmers just pick up so nicely, even on a dry brush. Like it's just really nice. I'm using my MAC 242 brush, which is honestly still my favorite with shimmers, and I've used this brush for God knows how many years now. I feel like it's been one of my favorite brushes ever since I bought it, like, I don't know, when I started my channel, which is 6 years ago? Have I had this channel for 6 years? That is insane. Maybe it's been 5, I don't know, but it feels like a very, very long time. So I'm just gonna put that in the middle of my eye and blend it into the matte shade. And I'm gonna go back over it with the matte as well, but I just wanna make sure I get enough of this on my eye so that it really stands out. Like, do you see how shiny and pretty that is? And it just goes on the eye so easily. So that's gonna be it for the shimmer. I'm gonna go back in with the matte shade on the inner and outer corner just to build this back up a little bit and make sure that I get the shimmer just like right in the middle of my eye and not all over my eye, because I do want this to be a halo eye. So I'm just pulling in the matte on each side a little bit further back over that shimmer again. These two colors are so pretty together. I'm actually going to be boring and just take this same shade underneath my eye because I think it's just going to tie the look together, and it's just what I'm feeling today, you know? And I just want to show you that it's okay to do easy, simple looks. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it doesn't have to be complicated. You're just doing your makeup to feel good and look pretty, and I think that's okay. It doesn't have to be crazy or creative or, you know, something that you're looking forward to posting on Instagram every single time that you do your makeup. I'm gonna do some yellow in my waterline, and this is Line Artist from About Face. It's one of my favorite yellow eyeliners, and I'm just gonna put that right in here. I'm not gonna use an inner corner shade from this palette. I'm just gonna take a highlighter that I have on the side here. This one is from Pat McGrath from her holiday palette. I wanna say like 3 years ago. I don't know. I keep using this though, and I really love it. I just want something subtle, especially when doing a halo eye. I really don't want my inner corner shade to be like the star, you know? But I do want to have something in here because I can't not have an inner corner shade. So that's all I'm gonna do for the eyes. I'm gonna do some liner and mascara and lashes, and I'll come back and show you the final look for this look as well as the other two looks that I've done. The look is all done, and I really like how it turned out. Like I said, it's super simple, but I feel like it's just really pretty, and I feel like these colors go nicely together, and I think with a pair of lashes, it really pulled them together. These are the Soul Lashes from Unicorn Cosmetics. I'm so annoyed because I don't know if they discontinued the lashes that I used to really like, but every time I go on their website now and I want to restock on my lashes, they're like sold out of all of the styles that I like, and these were the ones that I picked up last time. And thankfully, I really like them because I got 4 pairs because I just did not have any of the ones that I normally wear in stock. So I'm like literally on their website refreshing every single day, hoping that they're going to restock because, oh man, I'm gonna be so sad if they discontinue all the lashes that I usually wear because I have had such a hard time finding lashes that I love. And now that I have a couple of styles that I absolutely love wearing that I don't go wrong with, I don't want them to go away. But like I said, I really do like these and I think they suit my eyes. I just wish that they had the other ones that I used to wear, but anyway. Let me show you the other two looks that I've done with this palette as well. I think that both of them turned out really, really pretty. I did say earlier in the video that I felt like the first two looks I did were both kind of similar in that they both ended up being just like very green looks, even though I pulled in some of the blues in the first look. I do really like how they both turn out, and like I was saying also, the shimmers are just so pretty, they're so impactful, they're so easy to use, they're just an effortless, beautiful shimmer, and it's exactly what I'm into right now. I think these are just absolutely stunning, and by far the best shimmers that I've ever tried from Nomad, so this is definitely like on top for me when it comes to Nomad palettes just because of that. I would say the color story maybe is my absolute favorite just because it is very green heavy, and because I do feel like a lot of looks are going to end up being kind of similar, but I think the best way to use this palette is to not use too many mattes at the same time, because that is how you're going to end up having similar looks. But if you only use like 1 or 2 mattes in your looks, because the shades are different enough like in the pan, I think that the looks are going to turn out differently. It's just when you start like mixing a lot of these shades, it just at the end of the day, it just kind of looks green. But like I said, keep it simple, and I think you're going to be able to get a lot of looks out of these palettes. And I really like the inclusions of the sort of neutral shades as well. I feel like it not just grounds the palette, but it makes it something a little bit different as well. So overall, really like the palette. I like the color story a lot. I like the formula a lot. I don't really have any complaints. I think it's just a really nice palette, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. And I also I'm a fan of the kind of velvety packaging. I know not everybody likes this because it does tend to get dirty, but like I don't store my palettes in a way that they get gross and dirty. And like even on my vanity, it's not like I'm gonna have like foundation bottles laying around and like I don't know, I feel like by the time I get to my eyeshadows, like I'm kind of done with the messy part of my face, but that is maybe just me, so I don't have problems with these getting dirty at all. I think they're just really nice, and I like this kind of packaging. Could be in the minority, but I really like it. So yeah, that's gonna be my thoughts on the palette. Let me know if you plan on picking it up. I think it's really, really pretty. Let me know what your favorite Nomad palette is. Maybe I should do like a Nomad ranking video at some point. I have quite a few palettes now. Maybe that could be kind of fun. I don't know, let me know if you want to see that. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. If you want to see some more Nomad content, I do have a long playlist, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.